Remember the Titans was released in 2000. This is directed by Boaz Yakin, written by Gregory Allen Howard, and we have a cast including Denzel Washington, Will Patton, Wood Harris, Ryan Hurst, Donald Faison, and several others. Great performances, interesting narrative, based on truth. I don't know exactly how accurate it is to the true story, but it's certainly very interesting. This is about a high school football team where the teams, and I didn't know this was a thing, so I learned quite a bit. Even though segregation was no longer happening at the time, this is in the 70s, they still had a white-only football team. However, this is in Virginia, if that makes a difference. I don't know if it was different in different states, but certainly this is where the film is set. And a black individual, Herman Boone, was hired to be the coach of the football team, and it deals with black people and white people, some of them not wanting to work together, but this is the football team that they have, and it's kind of like, well, why not? Why don't you work together? And it's partly about them overcoming their own issues with that, and also other people having problems with this, other people having problems with Boone being the coach of the team. And it also deals with a few individual players and problems that they face. And what I will say is that something happens to one of the characters, and I won't spoil it, I won't say which character, but I kind of thought that can't be real, that can't be true, it can't be that horrendous for this individual. And I googled it and it was true. So there are some things in this that seem unbelievable, but those parts of it at least were true. And it's a really shocking story for multiple reasons. There are a lot of layers, there are a lot of things going on here, there are a lot of emotions. We have a lot of different opinions in this, of course, as one would expect. And I think, from my perspective, I think it handled everything really, really well. As I said, I don't know exactly how accurate it is to the true story. If anybody knows anything about it, please feel free to share. I did a little bit of reading around it afterwards, but not a tremendous amount. In terms of being entertaining, I'd say it held my attention pretty much throughout. There were times when it slowed down a little bit. I'm not a football fan, I couldn't care less, so certainly that part of it didn't necessarily appeal to me. And occasionally, when they were playing football, I wasn't the most enthusiastic, but that's not the fault of the film at all. And for the most part, I found it to be a really enjoyable, entertaining experience, very thought-provoking, with some really great characters and some really solid performances. And I did learn. I learned a few things watching this, and it made me think about a few different things as well. So, all things considered, I'd say Remember the Titans is a pretty powerful film. It's an enjoyable experience for the right reasons, certainly very thought-provoking, and if it sounds like something that might appeal to you, if it's a story you're interested in, absolutely check it out. If you have any particular knowledge on the subject, I'd love to learn more. Please feel free to share anything that might be interesting. And for now, I'm pleased to say that Remember the Titans was a decent film, and definitely one that I'm happy to recommend.